Lord have mercy.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the show. You have to know what you're doing when you want to do YouTube consultation because it takes up time, but I love it. So that's why I was late giving out strategies for YouTube. So if you want me to give you some YouTube strategies to help grow your channel, please send us an email at wileyshow@gmail.com. Now, welcome back to another episode. I woke up today and I needed to get high. All right. So I smoked weed, a couple of blunts, and it was amazing. And now I'm like yarning because just that sleepy side. And then I went and I got me some chicken. And I'm going right back to Dallas, walking and all that good stuff. Um, and I weigh myself in about 3.5 weeks. So I weigh myself. So I'm super excited for that. But welcome back to the amazing show, the Wiley Show, the one and only show. I appreciate y'all being here with us on this day. Now, we got a lot of topics to get into. So without further ado, let's get into these topics. Now, I went last night and I watched, well, actually today, I watched Chris Rock comedy special, his special. It was on Netflix. And I said, okay, I would watch it. I'm going to withhold my judgment, but I did watch the content of people saying that it wasn't funny and people were dragging him for filth. So I said, "Hey, I'm gonna keep a listening ear, and I'm going to watch the show, his comedy special." So I go there and I watch. He's opening up, talking about the different stores and how they are so woke. You don't care, just buy the product. Then he talked about his ex-wife having more money than him as well. And I'm like, okay, so this is all this stuff that are going on with Chris Rock, and it didn't make me laugh. Like he did one joke. He said, Marco, the one that's married to Prince Harry, should marry into the Kardashian family. It didn't make me laugh. Like he was so hype. I was like, it literally did not make me laugh at all. I was like, I didn't laugh. I went there and I said, wait a minute. It was so boring. I did not laugh. I was like, okay, Chris Rock, you talking about the money, you talked about his daughter being in Paris, how his mom go and visit his daughter. He kept messing up some jokes. Now, mind you, um, you know, it was a live show. So I get the mix ups, but he was messed up a lot. One thing about Monique, like her show was smooth selling. Okay. It was smooth selling. I'm like, it was smooth selling. He was like messing up and he was so hyped. I got something to tell you. When I went to the store didn't have no chicken. I went to the manager. Like he was just like he was super excited. Okay. And I was like, it wasn't the best. When I sat down at Monique's, I actually laughed at her jokes. It was funny. Now, maybe when her special come out, people would say it was funny. But for Chris Rock, I'm telling y'all, it was not funny. Then, of course, everybody want to know about the elephant in the room. In the elephant in the room, he finally addressed the smack with R. Kelly. He called him an MFer. He called Jada a B word. He said, "Who sleep with their friend? You scandalous. Sleep with your friend, best friend. I mean, sleep with your son, best friend. It's just scandalous. And who get questioned by the cheater?" So that part was funny. So it had a couple of little funny moments, but it wasn't the best, man. And then I was in an Uber today because I had to go get my clothes out of wash and fold. So I went to go get some clothes out of wash and fold. Cause I love traveling with clean clothes, just in case I gotta, go to another city. You know, if I have to go somewhere, I love the club with clean clothes. Anyway, so Chris Rock was talking about the Will Smith piece. Will Smith. He talked about Will Smith. He talked about how he wanted to, how Will Smith got that selective outrage. He's mad at me, but he was not mad at other people. At his wife for cheating on him, and his wife. I've never had an entanglement, so that part was that. And then he talked about that, and he dropped the mic. Now this special was an hour, and if I'm judging it from like on a 10 being the best, one being the worst, I would give it a solid 4. I did chuckled sometimes, but I would give it a solid 4. And I think a lot of these, comedians, they need better writers. A lot of people forget that Ricky was that what was that Richard Pryor. He had writers, and so a lot of these comedians, they lose they hunger because they're rich. They get lazy, and a lot of them just want to write it themselves. They don't want to pay for ghostwriters. It was just like it was okay. I give it a 4. Do y'all agree with my assessment? And so I give it a solid 4. That's what I give it, a solid 4. And in this segment, I'm going to bring a caller on because we are here talking about Chris Rock. Hit the link. Let us know. Did you enjoy this special or not? Hi, Rachel. Is it Rachel Webb or Raquel Webb? I'm sorry. Hello. All right. You hit the link. Okay. All right. You ain't ready. So yeah, I give it a 4. I don't know. I give it a 7. That means you chuckled a lot, and it all depends on his audience. Yeah, he said, "My mom raised me right. My mom raised me not to fight in front of white people." Excuse me. So you're saying your mom told you don't act around white people, but you can act a fool with black people? That is so pathetic. Why would you even say that on a white platform? Like I didn't understand that joke. I didn't laugh, and then that man dropped the mic like he made everybody laugh. Dropped the mic like he made everybody laugh. It was a mess. And see, a lot of people, when you go to these shows, these specials, they will give you free liquor. Uh-huh. You would get free liquor because they want you to have that liquor laugh. Because if you get liquor your belly and get tipsy and get it drunk, everything is funny. But when you sober up, you be like, man, that ish wasn't funny. Because when I went to the Monique show, they were giving out free liquor, and one of the dudes drunk so much, he was pissy drunk. And the way he dropped the mic, boosh. Like, come on. You drop the mic if you can make me laugh. And see, I'm pissed that I sat there through a whole hour and he didn't make me laugh not one time. Y'all laugh more at Wiley than y'all laugh at Chris Rock. See, the problem with comedy, everything is so politically correct. You can't really say what you got to say. It is so censored, and it's no longer funny. You shouldn't censor celebrity. I'm sorry, comedians. Comedians should be able to keep it real. Like Bernie Mac was funny. That man was a beast on stage. The big man with the suit is a Lavelle or Lavelle. He funny. So it didn't make me laugh at all. And I still watch some of Bernie Mac old comedy special. Hell, what was it? Rick Fox, Red Fox. I'm sorry, Rick Fox. Red Fox was funny. I watched one of his comedy specials back in the 70s, before I was born. 1 year after my mama was born, and that made me laugh. That made me laugh. Some of Richard Pryor jokes made me laugh. And he's getting millions of dollars for that comedy special. It was a mess. Now, I understand strategically they're putting this out before the Oscars, and he waited to address this in Netflix because Netflix paid him millions of dollars. So I understand that piece. I get it. I get that. And so I watched all that. And it was another comedian, that older lady. She was a lesbian. She dressed it up like an old woman. And Whoopi Goldberg did a special. Whoopi Goldberg did a documentary on her life. I'm trying to get the rights. I want to do her a movie, but they did a documentary. She dressed it up like an old woman, and you rarely seen pictures of her not dressed like an old woman. I can't think of her name. She was a lesbian, and she was short. And some of her jokes made me laugh. And that was back in the '60s. Like, come on now. Mobs made Yes, Mobs Avery. Thank you. She made me laugh. I purchased her Mobs Avery. Yes. Mobs Avery. Yes. That was amazing. I was still checking it out. I'm gonna watch that documentary tonight. Paul, when you get in, can you crack up the YouTube? Because I want to watch that tonight. Crack that up to YouTube, please. And I want another of that red, that Stella Rosa Black wine. I want to have that up as well. And can you roll me up 3 more blunts, please? I just need 3 blunts. Yeah. Just roll me up 3 blunts and crack over the YouTube. The Miles Baby, I already purchased it. So it was amazing. But these people get rich and they're no longer funny. And I'm not funny to everybody. I've never done stand up comedy. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? I got to be careful because when I do stand up, then people are going, "Oh, Wiley wasn't funny. He was funny on YouTube when he had the snotty nose and the yellow teeth. Now his teeth is fixed. He no longer funny. He was funny back in the day with, you know." So you have to be careful judging stand up comedians because one day I would do stand up as well, and I can't use the word Wiley as a stand up because it's already a Wiley. You know what I'm saying? I would probably have to use my first name or Keith or something. But I think it's a Wiley that already does comedy in there. Then again, I can do it as it could just be two Wileys, the Wiley Show or Wiley. Yeah. And so, yeah, absolutely. But when I watched, I didn't chuckle. I did chuckle. And another person, and I know y'all ain't gonna like when I say this. I gotta be careful how I say it. I don't want to be canceled. What is that man name? He used to be the pimp. Cat Williams. His latest special was not funny to me. I know some of y'all are Cat Williams fans. I know some of y'all in the chat are really into Cat Williams, but It's not. Cat Williams' last special was not funny to me. I don't know. I hope I don't say it. Uh it's on Netflix, his latest special. I don't want to get canceled in here. So I'm gonna get my words right. I just don't want to get canceled. This is just my opinion. I don't feel like it wasn't funny to me at all. I don't hope I don't get canceled because it was not funny to me at all. I'ma just be real. I really hope I don't get canceled. Okay. And I watch the Kevin Hart stuff. His stuff, Kevin Hart have never really been funny to me. And I gotta be careful saying this because I know somebody that know Kevin Hart. But when him knowing that, I'm saying this in love. Kevin Hart is just not my cup of tea. He's not. So if I ever meet Kevin, it's with love. I take a picture with him. I would love to do business with him, but he's just not funny to me. And I don't want to get canceled about that because a lot of times he's just not funny to me. If he, I also think Kevin Hart was the reason why his friend got, locked up. I think Kevin had something to do with that, but I'm gonna just mind my business about that. But I'll talk about that another day. He just really wasn't that funny. And I like Kevin Hart, him being an entrepreneur. Some of his acting is great, but he's just not some of the, let's see. Oh, oh, you need some? Oh, you got the light on? Right there. Oh, sorry for the interrupt, y'all. Let me see. You got it over here? Oh, right here, Mom. Is that it? No, ain't nothing. It's just going in there. Let's see. I don't know if I can get on Instacart. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Now, I'm just not, and like Monique is my favorite comedian. Who else is my favorite comedian? Wow, Eddie Murphy. Some of his stuff y'all you used to hit, and his acting used to hit as well. A lot of people underestimated him. He used to start out doing stand up. Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave Chappelle, to me, he is a professor. He's a teacher. He's a historian. He's a great storyteller. And he just amazing. Paul Louis, is it Paul Moody? Him too. But that Dave Chappelle, it was I can't repeat the joke because it got a word that YouTube don't like us using. But it was funny. Oh no, I can use it. Also, the president even got the Rona, and he was so sad. I will mess up the joke, and he was at, oh yeah, he got the Rona or something like that. He did that on not Watch What Happened Live on Saturday Night Live. He did a show, and it was funny. I love him. Um, and Damon Wayans is another funny person. I never seen him in stand up. I saw some of his clips on video. Tiffany Haddish not funny to me. Now I'm gonna say this, and I hope y'all don't get mad. But Tiffany Haddish, that book that she wrote, The Black Unicorn, was effing funny. I need everybody to hear me. Renee, I need y'all to hear me. I need y'all to type it in the chat. The Black Unicorn. That book, wait a minute. That book, it's written by Tiffany Haddish. That it is a story in that book that made me almost piss my pants on the plane. Right? I read that book on the plane. That book is amazing. It was off the chain. And it's not that long, but that's a book that you can do it. And now that I have the audio book, I can hear the authors in my ear. I can hear the author, but that book was amazing. Like, and then people were saying she didn't write the book; it was a ghostwriter. I think she did write it, and that was funny. Now I don't know if she ever shared that story to the people where she shared in that book, but it was amazing. I mean, it made me it made me do good. But a lot of her comedy, I'm just not a fan. And a lot of black people, as long as you can make people with the coins laugh, then you could be successful. And I'm going to break this down because even with the Kevin Hart piece, I remember he did a Clubhouse. As long as you're funny with people that's paying the ticket to come see you, then you good. Most people that complain about this person not being funny, A, are not going to buy the ticket to go see you anyway. Or they'll just judge you off of a special than versus you in a show. And that's just me being real. Because a lot of these stand up can really go in on stand up, in a comedy club than versus Netflix because they don't want to burn this bridge or they don't want to make people uncomfortable. Dave Chappelle, he does it. And he is so controversial. And I love the fact that he can be Dave Chappelle. Like, don't put handcuffs on me. Let me be free. Like I could be more funny on here. Like on my station head, when I go off and be unfiltered, I love it. And the people are laughing. I love it. But I am a huge, huge fan of Monique. I don't know, it's something about her. And Monique, I think Monique as a drama actress, she the best. She can go toe to toe with people that went to Juilliard. She is extremely talented. No, I didn't say, I want to say something, bougie Barbie. I didn't say y'all broke and can't afford an opinion. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I want to make that plain because that will go out, that will go viral, and people will talk about that. I didn't say you broke and you can't afford an opinion. I'm saying most people that do criticize, either A, they never went to the show, or hell, B, they ain't got the money to go to the show. They ain't got it. So all they can do is watch the YouTube clips and everything. Like people, like for Vegas, people complain, "Oh, I'm coming next year." Coming, they don't never show up next year, and then they be in my email. Make sure you go live. Why would I keep going live and you ain't paid? What about the people that paid? You know what I'm saying? I post little clips, pictures, and a video. But why should I continue to go live and you ain't got the money? Just like people be criticizing us doing meet and greets and they never did a meeting. We gonna do it now. We ain't waiting to no 100,000. We ain't waiting to no million. We doing it now. So we get 100,000, it'll be 100,000 people showing up. But to Will Smith, I love Will Smith. Let me say this, because Chris Rock brought this up about Will. He said that Will Smith, he was glad the anticipation, y'all know the name of the movie, that he was able to see Will get whipped. He was like, whoop a master, and master was whooping him. That was alright, kind of funny. I see the point, but it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And Will said he feels so paranoid that not paranoid, he feels so bad about, slapping Chris Rock. And Chris Rock won't talk to him. Because number one, even though Chris Rock is laughing, Chris Rock was one of the slow kids. Oh yes, he was special ed. And him being special ed, it brought back that moment when he was eating his t-shirt and drooling out of his mouth and snot coming out of his nose and eating crayons for lunch. So that point, it brought back those memories. So even though he's pretending like he's okay and everything is fine, I know in reality it's not. Okay. And then he kept saying in the comedy set, that he ain't did nothing to Jada Pinkett Smith, but you got people in the chat saying he did do something to Jada Pinkett Smith a lot. Yes, he did. He did something. Thank you, Justin. She said the black unicorn is amazing. And he said Charlemagne, the guy, he talked about Jink Trash. He said all these people said is about Will Smith, and Will Smith then smacked him. He have selective outrage. And what that even makes it even more disgusting of Will to do that. That was very disgusting. And hopefully that Will Smith get the help that he need with that anger. Because when I read his book, Jada was a mess. This is what Jada Pinkett Smith was a hot mess. If you read Will Smith book, that book, you might as well come out better getting the Audible book and you listen to Audible. But that's a big book. I got done with that book in a couple of days because it was so juicy. I mean, he will spill tea about his father. Will spill tea about his father beating his mother. Will spill tea about his grandmother bringing in people off the street and bathing them. It reminds me of my grandmother doing that. And those grandmothers are running out. Now these grandmothers today is in the club eating yoni in the bathroom stall. These grandma these days getting the BBLs and looking like a disabled aunt. So these grandma these days are on the TikTok posting that yoni on the IG. So them type of grandmas that Will Smith was describing, you know, in his book are a breed that are leaving us. Okay? And Jada probably is the type of woman that is married, that's in love, with his, with her ex, Tupac. She's in love with a man that's no longer here. And I think that Jada settled for Will, but in reality, she wanted to marry and be with long term Tupac. Now, Jada, if you see this, don't get mad. Don't cancel me. I'm saying it in love because you already got people that's canceling me yesterday about the whole thing that we said about Rickey Smiley. And I don't think Rickey Smiley is funny. I don't. I don't see the funny in Rickey Smiley. And I know people are going to get mad at me with that, but I don't see it. The Rickey Smiley, do y'all think Rickey Smiley is funny? I don't see it at all. Like the Rickey Smiley, I don't see it at all. And Jada did say on the red table that her grandmother taught her how to play with herself at 5 years old. She did say that on Red Table Talk. They spill a lot of tea on Red Table Talk. And just like on yesterday, uh, they were talking about Ricky Smiley. I said what I said about he's a terrible father, and y'all was sending a video to Ricky Smiley trying to get him to block me. We still not blocked by Ricky Smiley. We ain't blocked. Okay. Me and Ricky Smiley are good. Ricky understand I have a job to do. And do I think he's a bad father? Do I think he probably excited that his son had passed so he can get clicks and views and sympathy? He get on today's show to boost them ratings? Yes. I do believe so. I do believe it was very pleasantly convenient for his son to OD on crack. And then now you see Ricky Smiley on the Today Show. And then next he's going to wind up getting a foundation, get more and fan his pockets up. And then he's going to be writing a book, How I Lost My Son to a Crack Pipe. He's going to be doing all that type of stuff. I know people get upset and mad at me that I'm giving my opinion, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I read the comments. I think he sacrificed his son for a click and a view to get people to tune into his radio show. And if you disagree, you can call in and give your opinion. Y'all left a lot of comments. Y'all left over 88 comments last night. Y'all had a whole lot to say. I couldn't respond to all of it, but it was a lot being said. It was a lot being said. And I dropped the link. I said, well, if y'all got something to say, here you go. Just like it was this one person wrote this comment, and it just came fresh off the press. Somebody said, I enjoy watching you because you were entertaining to me. Here lately, you have been going down the rabbit hole for clicks and views. Smile. Your Rickey Smiley commentary was all wrong coming from a parent like myself. You saying that about that man is like you could be saying your parents failed you when you destroyed that library. Grown people would make their own decisions. You can't blame the parents. And it was so many of those comments in the chat. And I don't care that you're I care that we can't agree and the customer is always right. But me as a person, I have to be able to give my commentary. And I gave it from a good place, a good humble place. I didn't really go over the top with it. I came from a very humble place. And I said that Rickey Smiley, I want y'all to hear me. I want to be calm, is a bad father. And I don't regret saying it. I really don't. So if you feel some type of way, you can call in and have a conversation and we can talk about it. I'm saying it calm and then you still complaining. Give me a second here. I'm going to drop the link in here one more time if y'all want to say anything about Chris Rock and Will Smith. I dropped it in there. So if y'all want to say something, thank y'all so very much. Now I'm going to go to this other subject. I went on that. I have the link in here, and we're going to dive into this subject. Oh, Lord. Let's get to it now. TashaK and Tony the Closer. So we've been following Tony the Closer for a while. He does real estate. He does, all type of things, right? Real estate, stocks and bonds, a lot of things he does. And I appreciate the fact that that brother is African American. He does all this. And him and Tasha been cool, for a while. Tony the Closer brought Tasha on his platform. She interviewed him. They talked. They were drinking wine. They was in a go-kart. All that stuff they were doing. And it left from that. And then today, Tasha was live with her employee, the one that slept with a person that was on probation and in prison. Slept with him, gave him peen and all that, gave him puss and all that. And they were talking about Tony the Closer, how he was painting Tasha in the bad light. And all of that was being discussed in the chat over there on her live. And then Tony the Closer went on TashaK live and was going at it. Because Tasha recently did an interview with Tony the Closer. They call each other friends. They seem to get along. Then all hell broke loose after Tony used a clip from the interview as a teaser to promote the interview. The employee felt like Tony the Closer was painting Tasha in a bad light. And then Tasha and the employee went live to throw light shade at Tony. Tony got on up on that live and he was extremely pissed. He called the employee a hoe in the chat. And Tasha told him to come up on the live. After they all start cussing and throwing insults, Tasha dragged Tony the Closer mama, called her a B. Then Tasha proceeded to drag Tony's girlfriend, clowned her shape, said she seemed deformed. She also called Tony gay. And then Tony said he was suing TashaK and he dragged her back. This all started by the employee that slept with a man that was in prison that works with Unwind with TashaK. The employee kept telling Tasha that people use her for clout and all this mess. And then Tony the Closer said Tasha called him and said, I need to find a way to fire the employee without causing any drama. And I want to tell you how dirty and low down TashaK is. Because Tasha had fallen out with so many people. Daytime, tea time, Neek at night, Lovely T, T.S. Madison, Armand Lavelle Wiggins, Storm Monroe. And she also said Storm is gay as well. Then she said she proceeded to use a gay slur and said that Tony is acting like a F word. And then she started calling him the F word. She used a gay slur. And also Tasha fell out with Larry Reed, the Predator. So all of these things that she fell out with people, it's getting more current. She's falling out with the man. And then Tony was like, let me talk to your husband. Then Tony proceeded to go live and show that he living on the waterfront and paying $20,000 for rent and his high rise with the water. Then Tony decided to show his teeth on camera. He proceeded to show his glistening white teeth. Then people in the chat said, you're mad because she's talking about them cheap clothes. But this is Tony. Hold on one second, because Tony sent us. No, he didn't send us. I'm sorry. Tony posted this on his wall, and I want to make sure. I think I have it saved in my phone. Give me a second here. Okay. So Nicole is his girlfriend. Tony wrote this to his girlfriend. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so mad right now. I could hurt someone. His girlfriend responded to Tony the Closer with this quote: I love you. You got to start listening to me, please. She warned Tony, the closer, about the snakeness and evilness of TashaK. Tried to warn her about Tasha. And he didn't take heed to the warning. So these people get so shocked. I'm not shocked that a dog bark. I'm not shocked at that. So Tasha have fallen out with a lot of people. She have. She fell out with me and lied and said I was on her app for free. That liar lied on me about that and didn't apologize. Just sat there and lied. And talking about Tony's girlfriend. And she know it, just like Storm. Storm mama didn't like Tasha and saw right through her spirit that's drenched in wine alcohol. And what was the main thing that Tasha did to Storm mama? She dragged her. Dragged her for filth. Do y'all hear me? And then Tony started using a B word. He started getting out of character. Don't allow a person like Tasha to get under your skin that you got to start cussing and being ignorant. Let her be ignorant. And don't get me wrong, TashaK, her platform is thriving. On her Snapchat, on her TikTok, she got over 100,000 followers. I believe it's 100,000. And the editor edits her TikTok. And Tony the closer said give her a good deal. And Tony the closer, talked to the editor, and the editor gave her a good deal. And they both worked with Tony. But Tasha is no longer working with the guy because she felt like he was doing her wrong. He felt like he did her wrong. So this TashaK is a hot mess. And we're gonna dive more into Tasha at a later date. I'm just saying this is just an example. And then Tony said he's gonna sue her. This woman have fell out with everybody. But Tony, you're smart, you're strategic, you know about the stock market. Why you didn't know about TashaK evil ways? Where were your spreadsheet of how many times she fell out with somebody? Where was your on the whiteboard? Write down the bullet points of how many people she fell out with. Don't make no sense. She's trash and a liar. And she want to separate it from Chelsea, but she can't because that woman know everything about it. She know where the bones is buried. She gave that TashaK husband some of that yoni. And is her body bad botch? Well, according to Vaughn, it is. He said, I was disgusted when I had to sleep with her. He said, quote, I slept with her, with the employee, because she was paying all the bills. So I felt obligated because the only thing I was able to give her was this 9.5. And I have to say allegedly, but he did say that body is disgusting. He said it out of his mouth. Now, If it goes to the courts, I would say everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a sit down comedian. I got bipolar. I hear voices, all type of stuff. So we don't want this to go to, you know what I'm saying, to the courts and try to get Von arrested because he is doing his podcast, interviewing beautiful women and stuff like that. But I know when I talked to him on the phone, he said her body was where he said them breasts go down to her ankles almost. He said, look, it looked disgusting. And she said you could tell that she lost a lot of weight. She got a lot of foreskin. And that on her body, she would wrap her body around with a strap thing. Like it's like almost like a girdle. And then she said when she take that girdle off, all the crevices of all that extra foreskin flops around. And then he said that she can't really take pain like that. She be running away from the pain. Hmm. Yeah. He said he would get on soft because she would be running away from the pain. So that's what he said. But I have to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I have to say allegedly. Something wrong. You running away from the pig. Like what's that all about? She ain't running away from that cheeseburger. She ain't running away from them French fries. She not running away from that Polish sausages. She ain't running away from them barbecue ribs. She ain't running away from them chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. Is she running away from that? No. She always stuffing that face. So I'm just saying it with love. Because a lot of times y'all say I be yelling. I try not to yell. I try to be calm. But it's always some that provokes me. Okay? And so we're going to keep y'all updated with TashaK and Tony the Closer with love. With love. And I'm here in Chicago. I'll be back in Texas Wednesday. And I love the fact that I'm here in Chicago with my family. I'm about to go and smoke me another blunt and watch me a movie. I'm actually watching Sex Life on Netflix. It's just something about, even though I've seen it before and I'm gonna watch the new season, I'm watching the old season. Great storylines. That turns me on watching that on there. And to Storm, I will be in Atlanta in April. Vaughn, if you're listening, I see you in the chat. I will be in Atlanta in April for the Boss Babe Awards. I would love to do your podcast, Vaughn's podcast, and I would love to meet Storm Monroe. I don't know if you want to do an OnlyFans, and we both can play with ourselves and record it and post it on OnlyFans. I don't know if he's down with that. I really, really don't know. I don't know. He brought Larry Reed in his home. That's a whole predator. I'm not a predator, and you know what I'm saying. Have a big old thing. Go right there on OnlyFans. We can play with each other, and we can post it on the OnlyFans. Definitely happen. So I will send him an email to his assistant. Right, Paul? Can you send an email to Storm? You know, and we will send it to him. Can you send it to him? And after you roll these 4 blunts and send that to him as well, okay? And I would love to send him an email. Yes, just send him an email. Okay. Yeah, send him an email. We could definitely come through. Okay. Yeah, send him an email and see if he will come through. I don't know if he will come through with it, but just see. And a lot of people is saying, Wiley shouldn't be talking about these things, but they do it. I don't go looking for this stuff. Let me say this again with Storm, and I've said it. In one of his secrets, that he have a white boyfriend. According to Black T Blog, private detective, she got the photos, but she don't want to send it to me. From my understanding, this is what Black T Blog told me, that he got him a white man. That she see him always with a white man come out the building. So once I get those photos from Black T Blog, we can post it. But me and her not seeing eye to eye. I don't know what was going on with me and Black T. We were cool. I don't know. But I'm gonna just see, give it a couple of things, and stuff like this. According to her private eye, y'all can reach out to her and say, send one of the pictures of that white man. He got stash. Maybe I can call Von Ray. He'll probably open the door for Von. Von oil up his shirt, or oil up his body, show up there, say, hey, so I want to work out, and maybe Von can get the tea. See, Von know a lot of stuff. He just don't share. He know about that white man stash in that apartment. He know it. He know he up that stash. I don't know why Von don't say it. I don't know. I don't want to say it out open because I don't want to get Von in trouble or something. That's they friends and stuff like that. Okay, and you know, I ain't gonna do. They used to be roommates, so I ain't gonna press the gas on them. Uh, keep that on the low, and it's already a white boy and stuff like that, and stuff like that. You know how that is. Boo boo and potato chips. That's how it smell like. But we gonna see about that. We'll keep y'all updated um, later on. We'll keep y'all updated on that because I would like to know. We keep y'all updated on that. And I told you, I said Storm will come out better just telling the truth. Because when you live in your truth, it's great. Because I know Vaughn would be the type of person that if he were sleeping with a man, it's only for financial means. It's only for financial means. Like I don't know if he gave Jeffree Star that ping, but it won't surprise me if Vaughn gave him the ping because if I was straight like Vaughn, I would give Jeffree Star some ping. Jeffree Star got a jet. Jeffree Star is rich. He got everything. I would definitely work on his body and work on that hole. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing is Jeffree Star look like he's packed up. So I don't know. I'm gonna just mind my business. I can't really speak for Von Ray. I'm just giving my assumption. I never met Von in person. I saw him shirtless before when he was posting on his IG his workout videos, but I never seen him in person, so I can't really speak on that as well. Can't really dive into that. Not saying I do want to dive into that because that's a straight man. I don't think people should be diving on a straight man, so I can't really talk about that. But I do know he work out and he working out on his body and everything, which I think is a great thing. And you even TashaK said when Vaughn came, she had to catch herself because he had that BMW, that all white and stuff and everything. So that's what she said. She said that on the app that she had to catch herself. But Vaughn said, Jason Lee, come on back. We coming back here. Jason Lee warned Vaughn about the employee and Tasha. He really warned him about the employee. Jason Lee did. Now, I want to not dive into that, but when somebody warns you about something, I think you need to take heed, especially if that person was the informer employee, the former employer to the former employee. You need to listen. This is why you should check references. Because sometimes if you do a good background check, a good reference check, you don't have to fall under the wrath of the wine demon. Do you understand? Sometimes if you really look in the depth of that person, you don't have to fall into the Shella Rosa demon. Okay? So hopefully one day y'all will understand. And I hope that Tasha stop being so evil. Why? And maybe her husband like her being evil. He's a Muslim. And she not really that submissive. In my humble opinion, it's hard being submissive when you making all the bacon. It's hard. I want to say thank you all for coming through. We will be in Atlanta in April for the Boss Babe Awards. We'll be in Chicago April 4th at the Brandon Johnson campaign event. I'm not gonna really be campaigning a lot for Brandon Johnson on that side. I may do a phone bank. I signed up for a phone bank to do it from home, but I've been so busy. I've been so busy uh, today. So I did check with Oakdale, Louisiana. They act like they didn't know what was going on, that they couldn't share no information on the phone. So we're gonna recall them tomorrow. It's so sad. And I didn't even know Oakdale, Louisiana is like a small town. It's like a prison town. I found that out today. Doesn't make any sense. I am not drunk. I'm a high. I had a couple of blunts. Yeah, I had a couple of blunts. And so I'm good. I'm good. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to drop this link. If anybody want to come on, this is the time for you to come on. I want to give a shout out to the Thoughtful Thought. She released her video. Make sure y'all go show her love or the Bel Air. She is a YouTuber, and I can just post her clip in there as well because she is an amazing talent and she's on YouTube. So if you want to check her channel out, she's definitely on YouTube. You could check out her channel. Give me a second. Oh. I'm trying to drop the link, y'all. Do y'all have the link that y'all can drop it? Okay, yeah, I found it. No, I'm going to sleep. I had a couple of blunts, so I'm good. Yeah, so if anybody, okay, it's pinned as well. So if y'all want to hit the link, y'all can. Absolutely. I think that TashaK, I have to be careful because I don't want her children ended up being evil like her. She does a lot of evil things and she throws rock in her hand. And also the employee does a lot of does a lot of TashaK dirty work as well. Is that's what she does. She does a lot of TashaK dirty work. Okay. And them babies might end up evil like her. Like she have a daughter. And I don't want her daughter ending up being malicious and evil like the mama. Because mama got an evil, low down spirit. And she did not have to talk about Tony the Glazer girlfriend like that. Didn't have to talk about that woman like that. Now I want to see how his girlfriend looked. And then she talked about the mama. Oh my God. This woman talked about the man girlfriend and mama. And that hit a button with Tony. Tony started calling her bees, dusty bees, H words. Oh man. Man, did you see how he was? I didn't know that man cussed like that. And no, do I think that the man is low down? I mean, down low? No. Do I think that Storm? Need to come out the closet? Yes. And Vaughn know. Yeah. Vaughn knows some things. And I know he can't really share no things right there. I can't really speak for Vaughn, and I don't want to speak for him, but I believe that brother. No! That Storm like to play in people bread baskets. I do believe that. And I know I don't want to get rough. But our time is up. Wow. Vegas, October, the first weekend in October. So come through. A lot of y'all had RSVP. I think it's about a solid 16 to 17 people. That's not in. I think that's the number. So if that number hold, that will be more people this year than it was last year, and that is the first weekend October. So if you all are coming, please do. That's October 6th through the 9th. October 6th through the 9th, 2023. I'm actually coming in a day early so I can rest and chit chat with some other people that's coming. I know some people from Vegas have reached out for the party bus. So we will send that information to you all soon. And please pay the money for the party bus. Don't wait till the last minute. Please don't wait. Don't wait till the last minute for the party bus because we want y'all there. All right. We want y'all there for the party bus, and that's going to be October 6th through the 9th. That is for the party bus, but don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute. And we giving these announcements out now because I know people need time to take off and stuff. So if you can try to make it, please do make it. Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey Wiley, can you hear me okay?
Hey, yeah, sound like you're on the airplane, but we can hear you.
Oh no, Wiley,
No,
I'm
you good.
driving. I'm sorry.
You driving, you good.
Okay, so I just wanted to comment on Tasha and the situation with the guy. So I didn't catch the full live, so I appreciate you like getting the parts that led up to what I saw. But honest, so it sounded like Tasha basically started with him. And one thing I noticed watching that live is that Tasha always she always like has something to say about the men. And when the men have like they're defending themselves against her, it's always, oh, why are you coming at women? We women, like you would this, you would that, you don't like women, all because they're defending themselves. And I feel like it's so irritating that she does that because I do understand how it looks when some men say things against women, but if he would have done it unprovoked, I could see the issue. But if you going around talking about this guy saying all this and this about him, you shouldn't be upset when he says something. And it's messed up that these guys put themselves in the situation to have to deal with her. And then when it's like, oh, go get your husband, go get your husband, it's always, oh, my husband, he's at work, he's not gonna deal with this, blah blah blah. So now she gets to like run free and act all crazy in the internet streets. And yeah, and then also, the employee, she was on the live just looking a hot mess, and the guy Tony, he commented in the chat that she wants to be a vixen so bad, and I died laughing because she had on a wig and she had the baby hairs and stuff, like like she an IG baddie. I was like, oh my god, she do. And then her lashes always looks crazy. I don't understand. For somebody to have all this money she says she making and all this stuff, like why you go so long without getting your lashes filled in between? And like why you out here sleeping crazy, doing all this stuff to where your lashes look like this? Like it shouldn't be looking like that. She just looked a hot mess. And honestly, I like the employee, like her content she creates on her channel, because she's not in mess, she's not in drama, she's just like being informative. So I just get irritated when I see her in mess and drama. But I do feel like I can't wait till they fall out, because it's gonna be so much good content when they finally fall out. And Tasha, she basically got herself in this situation because she was quote unquote defending Chelsea, because he called her, the word he called her, But Chelsea did make a good point about him selling courses and, oh well, what assets do he have? Like, what real estate? I did see her point with that, but I don't know Tony, so I can't speak on it. But I just thought it was funny how they were talking about him paying $20K in rent while they all renting. And Chelsea, she said, I think somebody called what she said. She pays 13,000 in rent. I'm like, what? Like, Chelsea, no, Chelsea, you down bad. You talking about his course? You don't own anything, and then she still has that apartment in New York. Then she really down bad because all you doing is renting all these places, and you don't have nothing. Like, 13,000. Oh, it's never that serious. It's never that serious. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say, Wiley.
Thank you, sis, for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, bye bye. I think we have somebody else backstage.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. I just want to say I have been watching you from afar, and to me, you are at the top of all them other YouTubers. Okay,
Thank
they
you.
don't got the pizzazz, they don't got the personality, they just don't have it. You educated, you love the lore. I just love it. I just love it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I wish I was there smoking a blunt with you, but I will say this about TashaK. She is her own worst enemy, and she doesn't even realize it. And I feel like she is probably the head of her household, unfortunately. And her husband kind of takes a back seat. He might be even a little bit scared of her. Who knows? But she is basically capitalizing off of other people, talking down on them. And she's eventually going to crumble. You know, the lawsuit with Cardi B was just one thing. She has some more stuff coming for her. Trust when I tell you. We just getting started for 2023.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I think
Yes.
she needs something to bring more visitors to her app. And I don't know if she got a licensing deal to post those movies that she's posted, or she could be just posting them on there illegally.
Mm-hmm.
But she's doing anything possible to bring people to her page.
Yes.
But it's so sad people that's helping her, like the editor that helped her on her TikTok, is did it on a good deal, a very cheap deal,
Mm.
and she fell out with Tony, the person that got her the editor. So it's just sad.
It is sad, but she gonna eventually have a taste of her own medicine. You just sit and wait. We just getting started for 2023. So watch, grab your popcorn, watch it all
I'm
unfold. Trust
grabbing it.
me, I tell
I'm
you.
grabbing it.
All right, I love you, Wally. You have an amazing night.
Oh yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye bye. She posted the movie. Probably posted it illegally. Illegally. She probably posted it illegally. I can't really speak on that. I would say allegedly. Allegedly. But I do believe that she are posting those movies illegally. Because I don't know, because that costs a lot of money to get those licensing to post movies. So she could be posting that illegally. All right, and uploading on her site illegally. I don't know. I'm gonna double check with that. Paul, can we double check with that tomorrow to see if she's posting those videos legally? Yeah, let's see if she can post that. Yeah, let's see if she doing that legally. Yeah. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. This was fun. Also, we do have a GoFundMe page set up, and the GoFundMe page is set up, and you can contribute to the GoFundMe page. It is free to share the link if you don't have the money. But if you want to donate $1, 10, 100, or 1,000, or 10, whatever the amount, you can hit that GoFundMe today. But if you don't have it, share it to your families and friends. Shout out to Tea Time, one of my longtime supporters of the show. I love her. And I love her support. Thank y'all so very much for y'all massive support. They said has a license. Wiley, really? What's going on with Wiley? They said Wiley trying to go sleep. No, I'm trying to smoke another blood. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, not to smoke another blunt. Haven't smoked. Just smoked one a couple hours ago, and I'm be going. Then I gotta get. How can I get my system cleaned out? Because I'm supposed to be going to these jobs, and I'm smoking all these blunts. So, what is a good thing to clean out my system? My smoking a lot of blunts. Okay, I want to have a smoke fest with my people, but we can't do it in Texas because it's illegal. But we could do it in Chicago. Or hey, hey, Tasha.
Hey, Wally, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So I want to settle this with you, Renee, and Shantae Elba. So, Wally, you smoke backwood?
I smoke cigarella. My sister smoked backwoods. She got me on backwoods. I actually prefer the backwoods than the cigarellos because it just goes down easy. It don't leave like an aftertaste. What you think?
Right. And then if you do smoke like a regular blunt, you smoke like a game blunt or whatever. But Renee and Shantae Elba, somebody they smoke papers.
Papers?
Yes,
That
I'm
shit
not
was
in the
like the
chat.
90s. The papers?
I can't.
Tops?
I'm not in the chat, so I can't see them. But I want y'all to call in y'all smoking some papers.
Really?
I can't with them. I love y'all sisters, but I had to ask you, Wiley, you be smoking the backwoods or the blunts? Because they talking about some papers and some cones.
I didn't know. I I didn't know like the paper. That's like in the 90s, like tops.
Yeah, you talking about the why exactly Wiley the tops, right? And my little friend that I talked to, I remember one time he rolled up Wiley, he rolled up a backwood and then he put the top paper on the top. I said, nigga, what is this?
Really?
Don't ever do that. Cause I was like, don't bring that over in my house no more. But I don't know if they're in the chat because I'm on the phone with you right now, but I know they in the chat and they probably talking junk.
Yeah, that is something else. I'm
But
not. I'm not an expert. Like Shantae said, "Girl, Wiley ain't no expert." I'm not. I don't even
no,
know how to roll. Like my sister does. You know how to
you
roll,
don't
right?
know how to roll.
No, I don't know how to roll. No.
Oh, Wally, come on. You got to teach yourself. I had to teach myself because as a girl, when I first started smoking, like the dude was like, "Well, I ain't gonna roll your shit." Well, fuck it, I'm gonna learn how to roll my own shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Wally. I'm gonna have to cash up you, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna learn how to roll my own stuff because you ain't gonna hold that over my head. Wally, we gotta get you to roll. I called Wiley the other day because you ain't never ate no blue crab with the egg. We when you come to Virginia, we gonna get you right.
Okay. I'm looking forward to coming to Virginia to eat a boot crab and everything. Yeah, we
And
gonna see.
I'm gonna teach you how to roll up too.
Oh, you gonna teach me how to roll up?
Bye, Wiley. I'm not doing this with you. Bye, Wiley.
Bye bye. I never had a blue crab with an egg. Oh man, man. I wanted to flirt. She got on the phone. Okay, little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always put God first. Always. Thank you for the support. Woo, I felt that. Always put them first. Thank y'all. This was fun, man. I will be back live in the Texas studio this week, and I'll be back in Chicago April 4th. So we going back to Chicago, and I gotta get there early because Brandon Johns. This is like the runoff election. So of course I'm gonna be looking at the polls, and if you want to be a blessing to us, please do so. We have the GoFundMe, we do have the Cash App, we have the PayPal, and I will give y'all the Zelle because I think we have that as well. I have to make sure I give y'all the right one. We have all of that. That's $ Marquise Wiley 28 is the Cash App if you want to contribute because we're traveling more and we're doing this to do more content. So we'll be in Texas, then we're coming back to Chicago, and then we'll be in Atlanta in later in the month in April. So I'm excited. I don't know if I can take the train from Chicago to Atlanta. I probably would fly Chicago to Atlanta. Can you take the train to Chicago to Atlanta? I don't know. I'm gonna check. Paul, can you check that for me, please? Yes, we do have PayPal. Can we take Chicago to Atlanta, the train? I need you to check it quickly, please. Okay. Thank you. So somebody said in the chat, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. This was a good show today. I always get sad when I have to go to Texas because all of my family is in Chicago. I'll be right back for my family. Thank y'all. Thank you, producers. I feel like getting in this car, driving to the city. I feel like driving to, because I got here like was that Tuesday? I always get sad. Let me go see my nieces. I'm gonna go see my baby. Where's my baby? I gotta go see Luz and Isaiah. Okay. They said we let us smoke Tasha. I was kind of like smoking a weed when I was doing the show. I was kind of like smoking a weed. Yeah, and it went a mess. Hey. I was kind of smoking a weed. Thank y'all so much. Wow. My mom got security stuff everywhere. It felt like I'm going to gotta put a fingerprint. Like, child, she got too much. Too much. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so very much. And we'll see y'all in the next live. Peace. Oh, and please don't forget to subscribe. So subscribe, okay?